and welcome to the second part of my series, The Happy Planner Year. In this video, I'm showing how I track the Happy Planner sales, new releases and Be Happy boxes for each month of the year. As I said in my last video, I don't have any insider knowledge. I'm just using the information I have from the previous years to predict what's coming. And so far, it's been pretty accurate, with one big exception: the spring release is later this year. Happy Planner recently confirmed that it's going to be this month, March, whereas last year it was in February. In this video, I'll be talking about March and April. And at the end of the video, I'll be sharing sheets that I made and found useful to prepare me for a Happy Planner big release. Before we start on March, let's just have a quick recap of the 2 months we've had so far. You can see, for example, in January, the events were pretty similar. We had 40% off planners and 40% off goal setting. We had a Happy Box, a Stargazer one in 2022, and the Happy Adventures Be Happy box in January. There's always an event on National Sticker Day. And then just one day apart, we had a special Valentine's box. They had an extra one-day flash sale on snap-in accessories this year. And then one day apart, they had a big up to 70% off sale. Interestingly though, when I checked this one out, there were only about 5 pages of items, whereas in 2022 there were about 13, 14, I can't remember how many, but there were definitely a lot more items in the sale. So I was a little bit disappointed, but it all became clearer when in February they had another sale, the end of season sale, where they had up to 80% off, and that one did have a lot more items. That was a really good sale. The big difference in February was that in 2022 we had the spring release, whereas in 2023 we had an extra 20% off 2023 planners, 25% off work essentials, which was the Work Plus Life range and some storage options. And then a bit of excitement on the 21st when we had the new I Love Stickers zip folio bundle. I didn't buy it, but the sticker book was certainly a lot of fun. And some people were excited to find that you could fit a skinny classic planner inside the zip folio bundle and use it for that instead of just for stickers. Then, as we say, we had the end of season sale, which if it wasn't for shipping and taxes to the UK, would have been worth me buying something because they had some really good deals. So let's turn our attention to March, which we're in now. You can see that I've pre-prepared my sheet. If you did want to see the setup in more detail, then you can find part 1 of this series in my Happy Planner playlist. I used a sheet of Miss Maker paper, the Dates and Holidays 2 sticker book, and the journaling sticker book. On the 8th of March, they had more sales. Obviously, they are trying to get rid of the older items. And this was a sale on sale. With an extra 20% off. Which meant that you were getting over 70% off sticker books. But this was of course selected items, older things that they really were trying to get rid of. I'm pretty sure in March this year we'll be seeing something similar. On the 20th last year, it was the first day of spring. So we'll have to wait and see whether the spring release this year is actually going to be on the first day of spring. I've heard a couple of people on Facebook say that they think it will be the 17th or the 18th of March. So that is around the first day of spring. So it will be interesting to see if we have to wait as long as that this year. But it makes sense to me that they waited till after Go Wild, when people are really hyped up, rather than doing it before, which always seemed a little bit silly to me because people were really busy getting ready for Go Wild. And I don't know why I wrote first day of springs, but that's because I find it really hard to talk and write at the same time. Now for the spring sale in 2022, it was 30% off florals, so not everything, just floral items. That included planners and stickers, but obviously not everything. On the 29th in 2022, they had another sale again to get rid of older stock. New markdowns, and again selected products. I prefer sales where you can actually choose anything you want from the site rather than have selected items. But it was up to 70% off. So as you can see, last year it was sales, whereas this year obviously we're going to have the big spring release. I have to say I've never had problems with Papermate Flair pens, but that colour has just leaked all over me. So I don't know why. I've had them a few years, but I had to stop filming for a moment. Apologies if there's pen all over my hands. I've tried to get it off. So obviously April Fool's Day, and there was a code for 40% off. But it was a one day only special for April Fool's Day. So definitely look out for something on April the 1st this year. On the 14th of April, we had exciting news of a Be Happy box. So, as I say, so far the Be Happy boxes have released in the same month. So whether there will be a Be Happy box in April, we will have to wait and see. This one was the Wildflowers one. It wasn't one that I got. I don't get the Be Happy boxes, but it was the one with the mint metal discs, clear sticker sheets, which I thought at the time were a bit strange, but then they actually brought them back in a sticker book later in the year. There was a Flora sticker book and also a classic notebook. And the last thing that happened in April on the 26th, that was buy a planner and get a sticker book free. Again, it wasn't any old sticker book, it was from a select choice. So again, the older ones. And I can't remember if it was the planners from the spring release. I imagine it was. And obviously they do want to sell those as quickly as possible because they start in July. So quite a good deal if you didn't pick up a planner in the spring release sale and fancied one of the sticker books on offer. Now, something else that happened in April was that they had the preview of the back to school collection, which is the next big release. That was on the 29th of April, but it didn't launch until the 3rd of May. So I imagine with the spring release being a little bit later this year, that we're not going to see the back to school release in April. It's going to be May again this year. But I could be wrong. Another thing to say about the dates is that Happy Planner do something called tiers, which is when you buy something, you get reward points, and the more reward points you have, the higher tier you're on. And when you're on a higher tier, you might get notified about special releases, such as Be Happy boxes, a few days before anyone else. This happened with the zip bundle folio. For some reason they sent me the email even though I wasn't on the tier, or maybe they do send the email to everybody saying it's a secret sale, and then when you get to the website you find that you can't actually access it unless you're on a higher tier. But it's just something to be aware of. It doesn't mean you're going to miss out because, as I've said before, generally Happy Planner items don't seem to sell out these days. You'll just have to wait a little bit longer, which can be a good thing because you can get to see some of the flip throughs when items are purchased by other people on YouTube. So this page is done for now. I'm probably going to need a big box, but I'm not going to stick it in just yet because I'm not sure whether the March release is going to be happening this week or next week or on the first day of spring. So we'll have to wait and see. But we know for sure it's coming, possibly another Be Happy box in April, and then in May, again probably the back to school release, which is the teacher and student planners. And last year we had the villains planners released and the Whimsy Wonders Mickey collection. But I'll be back in part 3 of this series for more information on that. Just before I go, I wanted to share this sheet that I made for the fall release, which is a sheet of tips for shopping a Happy Planner release. It's relevant for all releases. You can check the video out if you haven't seen that. But just a reminder that there will be previews of the spring release. Usually an Instagram live is the first thing that happens. Then the Happy Planner website has the products with the prices and videos. And also there will be YouTube flips from the new brand ambassadors. My top tip is to make a wish list. I'm going to show you my one from last year in a moment. And really decide what your must-have items are. You'll always have some that you like, and there will be some maybes as well. But it's really good to make a list of your priorities. Remember your budget. So usually there will be a coupon code, or you can use rewards, but you can never use the two together. And if you're really on a budget and don't have to have things straight away, it's better to check out offers in store and online a little bit later on. Finally, I would say you do not need all the things. That's really important to remember. Don't just buy a book because you've seen a beautiful spread that someone else has done. Watch the flip throughs. Count the pages, as Heather Kell usually suggests. There needs to be at least half that you're going to use. And whilst it's good to step out your comfort zone from time to time, you generally know which sorts of stickers you tend to use in your planning. So for example, whether it's florals or characters or animals, and try not to buy on impulse. This was what I did for the spring release last year. So I listed out all the sticker books and also the collections, Work Plus Life and the Disney collections. I had ticked here the items that I wanted, and on the whole I managed to stick to what I wanted. I never got Blushing It, I never got Bold and Bright, I never got Cheerful Seasons, Radiate. So quite a few of those things I didn't actually end up buying. But again, as I say, you don't need all the things, and I've got so many stickers. I'm really happy with what I've got. I hope this video has been useful. So remember to be subscribed and click the bell so that you don't miss out on that one or any other of my content. Apart from Plan With Me's, I do try to share tips and tricks and fun ideas such as my sticker hunts, and the spring one of those will be coming really soon. Hope you're having a great week. Watch out for that spring release. Happy planning. Take care and see you soon.